Welcome back, Calculus. Here is Super Chain Rule Part 2, now even more super. Copy this down, and we're going to take the derivative of this nice looking John right here. So why this is a little bit more super than before is before, if I just asked you to take the derivative of that piece, it's a chain rule, but now I also have a product here. So you have to recognize that there's also a product rule that we're going to have to incorporate. So initially, I need to multiply. I have a product of two functions, so I need to take the derivative of them. So uh, let's go. This piece right here is one piece of it, and this piece here is the other product. So if I want to take the derivative, I got to take so product rule. That's the fg prime plus f prime g. So the first function, leave it as is, times the derivative of the second function. So the derivative of, if I'm calling this f and g, the derivative of the bottom one, I'm going to have to take the derivative of this x squared minus 7 to the fifth, which is going to be a chain rule on itself. So the derivative of that, remember the chain rule, that's like the f prime of g of x times g prime of x. So the outer function sum to the fifth, so it's going to be 5 times that something to the fourth. That's something being x squared minus 7 times the derivative of the inside. The derivative of the inside, x squared minus 7, is just 2x. So what we just did is the f g prime part. So plus, now I do the derivative of the first function times the second. So we have, this is like the f g prime plus, and now the derivative of the first part, the 3x plus 8 to the 6th, got to use the chain rule again. So it's something to the 6th, so it's going to be 6 times that something to the 5th. That's something being 3x plus 8, times the derivative of the 3x plus 8 part, which is just 3. So that is the f prime, the derivative of the first function. And then just times the second function, and the second function I'm going to leave alone is x squared minus 7 to the 5th. So that's like the g prime part. So that is this piece right here. All right, and the calculus that is done, the derivative is done, and now we just need to simplify. And if you remember, like back in the day, we had super simplification. I think you guys even did it if you had Mr. Basson in pre-calc. But this is where we do that step now. So I'm just going to do some factoring here. 3x plus 8, 3x plus 8. I have a common factor. I'm going to factor that out. Now there's 6 factors here. There's 5 factors here. I got to take the lowest exponent, which is 5. There's also an x squared minus 7, x squared minus 7. So I can factor that out. Between the fourth and the fifth, the lowest exponent is 4. What's left? 5 times 2x, I can just, so 5 times 2x is just 10x. Now, 3x plus 8 to the 6th, well, I took out 5 of the factors from this first piece, so there's 1 factor left over. Not a coincidence that there's 1 left over. Remember that was always going to be the case. X squared minus 7 to the 4th, all 4 of those factors are taken out, so everything in here is accounted for. Plus, now in this piece right here, 6 times 3 is 18. Right, that's the 6 times 3. Now 3x plus 8 to the 5th, all 5 factors are gone, so we don't need that. X squared minus 7 to the 5th, well, we took 4 of the factors, so there's 1 factor left. Right? And then just simplifying from here. So 3x plus 8 to the 5th, x squared minus 7 to the 4th. And then from here, we're just going to combine like terms. So, or distribute and combine like terms. So 10x times 3x is 30x squared. 10x times 8 is 80x. 8 times x squared, excuse me, 18 times x squared is 18x squared. And 18 times 7, I believe, is 126. Let's see, 70 and 56, yeah. Okay. Almost done. Just combine like terms inside that big parenthesis and we're done. So 3x plus 8 to the 5th, x squared minus 7 to the 4th. 30x squared plus 18x squared is 48x squared. So those like terms. Plus 80x minus 126. You could probably factor out a constant out of here. It looks like all these numbers have at least a factor of 2, but yeah, we'll just call that the derivative. So after this first step, it just becomes super simplification that we did back in our pre-calculus review. So I think I told you, like, these problems come from calculus problems where the calculus is done and now you just have to do the algebra, and that's the algebra. And that's what I think adds an extra layer. All right, another example. Just by looking at it, I mean, you can tell we're going to use a quotient rule here. So we have a kind of our top function f and our bottom function g. I'm going to take the derivative. So again, low d high minus high d low over low low. So low d high. Now the derivative of the top, I'm going to have to use a chain rule. No big deal. So the derivative of the top, something to the 4th. So it's going to be 4 times that something to the 3rd. That's something being x squared plus 3. Times the derivative of x squared plus 3, which is 2x. So this part has just been done. Minus the top function times the derivative of the bottom. The top function is x squared plus 3 to the 4th times the derivative of the top times the derivative of the bottom function. The bottom function, we need the chain rule. It's something to the 7th. So it's going to be 7 times that something to the 6th. That's something being 4x minus 5 times the derivative of 4x minus 5, which is 4. So that takes care of that part. All over 4x minus 5 to the 7th. All of that is being squared. Just making that look like a 7. This step here you can probably do in your head. Something to the 7th to the 2nd, you're just going to multiply. It's going to be to the 14th power in a second. So we got y prime. Now, factoring out again, they both have a 4x minus 5. The lowest exponent is 6. So I'm going to take out 4x minus 5 to the 6th. They both have an x squared plus 3. So we're going to factor that out. The lowest exponent is 3. So those are my factors. And now 4 times 2x. 4 times 2x is just 8x. Minus 7 times 4 is 28. Now we took out 3 x squared plus 7 factors, so there's 1 x squared plus 3 factor left. And 4x minus 5 to the 6, we took out all 6 of those factors, so that's that. And it's all going to be divided by, oh, I forgot. 4x minus 5, now to the 7 to the 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, so let's see if we keep going here. Now that this 4x minus 5 got factored out, I can actually do some simplifying here. 6 of these factors are going to kill off 6 of those factors, which is going to leave me with 8 factors, I believe. 14 minus 6 is 8. Yep. So now I just have x squared plus 3 to the 3rd. So if I distribute here, be careful this negative, it's going to be 8x minus 20x squared minus 20 times 3 is 84. Let's see, 60, 70, 84, yep. All over 4x minus 5 to the 8th. And then just combine like terms and we're done. So x squared plus 3 to the 3rd, and then we have what am I missing here? I feel like I missed something. Oh no. Yeah, I did. This 8x here, I made a little mistake. So it's just a step inside the parentheses. Ignore that real quick. 4 times 2x is 8x. The 4 x minus 7 to the 6, we take out 6 factors, so there's 1 left over. And then everything else is the same. So then we have minus 28 times the x squared plus 3. So this is going to become 32x squared minus 40x minus 28x squared minus 84. And then that just becomes 4x squared. 32x squared minus 28x squared is 44x squared minus 40x minus 84. Sorry about that mistake. All over 4x minus 5 to the 8th. And we're going to stop the video there. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. We'll see you next time.